Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I am the face behind Glitter Fritter. I am a crochet pattern designer. I am a avid knitter, new knitter, but surprisingly exceptionally avid at this point, just rabbit knitting. And I am also a shop owner on Etsy where I have both pattern design, different designs, digital designs for crocheters and knitters, and I am going to be coming out with some physical projects that I'm going to share some news with you about today. So if you want to hear more about me and my passion for yarn, my blabbing about yarn related things in the world of crocheting and knitting, then make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any other videos. So we are doing this as like a little podcast style today, so I can catch you up on what's going on, like what I finished on my finished projects, what I've got on my needles, and kind of yarn acquisitions and what to expect next. I figured I want to do this before we get a little bit too far ahead, and I've got so many projects to share that the video becomes obnoxiously long. So let's do a podcast today to kind of catch up. And it also keeps me on track because honestly, I find that I could get really carried away with things that I'm doing and like stuff that I'm working on, especially when I'm working behind the scenes on the shop. So I put the shop on vacation so I can work on this really cool new project that I'm going to talk to you guys about today because I'm working really, really hard on that. But also in general, like I get like a little bit too in my head when it comes to certain things. And so then I'll start to knit and crochet and do all the stuff. And I jump around from one thing to the next. Like I want to make this project. I want to make this project. And I can't work on more than one project at a time. I just know myself at this point. I don't have the capacity mentally or the time in life. It doesn't work for me, unfortunately. So this really helps keep me on track, because if I'm doing this video and I've got a ton of unfinished things, then I know that I need to slow down. I need to stop buying patterns and yarn for things that are to come and just focus on what I have left. So with that said, I figured best place to start is let's start with the projects I actually finished. So the first thing I finished is this super adorable crocheted ruffle bag. So this is the Bella ruffle bag. I did a whole vlog on me putting this beauty together. Like, it's super cute and I can't wait to start using it. I have the outfit for it. It's been raining, can't wear it yet. But I had a whole blog on how I worked on this and my thoughts on it. With like the pattern linked and everything, which I'll relink it again in this video. But that is my finished product I finished this a couple weeks ago. When did I finish this? Last week, I guess last week. Yeah. So I finished this last week. I still have not lined it. If you watched the actual vlog, I have not lined it yet. I am looking for this shade, this like, let me hide my face out of the way, but this like kind of baby blue shade of bandana to line the inside of this. That's what I want inside. I think it would be really cool. And so I have decided to line. I got a embroidery thread that matches this almost perfectly. This yarn right here, this t-shirt yarn I used. And so I'm just waiting to find, I think I know the place that has it. It's near us. And so I might swing by there today to see if they still have it. Because it's a random local dollar store, they might not even care. I just remember from back in the day, I remember seeing them there. I don't know if they have them anymore. If not, I'll have to figure something else out or find it online or something. But that's the plan for this one. It is finished. I love it. It fits like a ton. Like, I don't have a phone with me, but it'll fit like a phone and a bunch of stuff. It's a perfect little clutch. And I love how it turned out with using the wool is air yarn for this and not a regular yarn, because I think it really like elevates it and it gives it a more modern look than how the bag could have turned out had I just used a different type of yarn. So that's the first finished project that I'm really, really excited about. And my next one I am super proud of. It's socks, but these are I'm probably going to mispronounce it. Hiberno. Why can't I pronounce that word? I'll link the pattern so you guys can see, but this is them. So these, I'm in awe that have knitted these. So I'm hoping you can see. You know what I'll do is I'll stretch it over my arm like an absolute creep. So dun, 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 dun. So they've got a mock cable with ribbing, kind of like all through the sock, and then it's got a stockinette bottom, like a base to it. It's got the reinforced slip stitch heel, and it's knitted cuff down. So the reason I'm so proud of these, well, first of all, I'm a fairly new knitter, and so like mock cable was really fun to do. I used the Le Bien-Aimé yarn for this. And it's so soft, and I just like absolutely adore it. I've been saving this yarn for a special project. I'm glad I chose this. But the reason I'm so proud of myself is this was my first time knitting 2 socks at a time. And I loved it. I loved it. I loved how it didn't come out any faster. It took the same amount of time. However, I just loved that I only did it the one time. I didn't have to like, oh my God, just like slipped and fell, Jesus. I didn't have to stop and then think about the second sock that I didn't want to do. Like I was done, and when both socks, and I could just wear them, and oh my God, and they're the most comfy things I've ever put on my feet. So now I have another pair of socks that I'm already kind of gearing up. I have both the books of the 52 weeks of socks. And I'll do a book edit soon. I think I'll do a video like that. But I have some more special yarn that I have been hoarding for a special pair of socks. And so I think that that's what's going to happen. But for now, these are done. This took me, I want to say, under a week and a half for both, which is actually pretty fast considering like how much detail there is. There's like a lot of faux cabling. There's like a lot of detail happening here. I'm knitting 2 at a time for the first time. And so I'm kind of like learning how to do that, teaching myself how to do that. My next goal is to learn how to do 2 at a time from toe up, or just how to learn to do toe up socks, because I only know how to do cuff down. So I just need to watch couple of videos on Craftsy or something on how to do like toe up, because in this world, those 52 weeks of socks books, like a lot of the socks I'm finding that have cabling or any kind of intricate design, they're all knitted toe up, and not, oops, I just kicked the camera, sorry, and not cuff down. And I really prefer cuff down. I really like it. However, I do want to learn both, so I can obviously take advantage of those beautiful books and the beautiful designs in there. But for now, this is another finished product. And I wish you could reach through the camera and just feel how plush and like, look at this squish. Like, look how fluffed that is. Oh, it's just so squishy and so nice. They're like the best pair of socks I think I've ever knitted. So now we can move on to, I think, what's on my needles. And this has been on my needles for a week now, because for some reason, it's taking me a while. I'm knitting this exceptionally slowly. I'd have to check my ravelry projects to make sure, but I think it's taking me a week. So what is this, you might ask? What, Vanessa, what am I looking at? What is this tubing that you are creating? Are you making a tiny corset dress for a small little fairy? I am not. I will tell you what I am making is I am making the Lighthouse Beanie by Kutuvakika. So the Lighthouse Beanie is a Kutuvakika pattern. It's from her book Knit This, which I have and I love. And it is a beanie, but the reason that it looks so bizarrely right now is that it's knit to fold in on each other. So the actual beanie, this will be the beanie. This will be the rim. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tangled up. Haha, no pun intended. Every pun intended every time. So this will be the hat, the beanie itself. So this is the rim. That's the top of the hat. You use a provisional cast on. So that's what I've got going on, like up here. That's what that is. So you use a provisional cast on this. And then what you do is you feed these through and you like just tighten them to form that. So now it looks more like a beanie, so you can see. So the reason it's looking out of whack for me. So in the pattern, it's obviously all knit in the same pattern, right? So I am using Sadness Garn Sunday, and I'm holding it together with a mohair. Let me tell you what the mohair is. My goodness, I have a lot of yarns on this. So I've got like all the tags. So I am using Prolana Kid Setup. So it's mohair silk 70-30 standard combination, and I'm using the Sadness Garn Sunday for this part. I decided to do this because I wanted to stash bust. So I already had that kit set of mohair, and it sheds like wild. It's everywhere. The hairs are everywhere. It's really, really sheddy. And I kind of wanted to get to use it somewhere where it wouldn't be like always all over my pants and on my body. So I wasn't going to use it in a sweater. And I only got one ball of it, I guess a cake. I got a small cake of it. I think it was 25 grams, I believe. Was it 25? It was, yeah, 25 grams. I used it as a second base for one of my little amigurumi creations to make it a bit more furry, because this is, as you can see, like the halo on this is quite intense. So it is a very, very like furry little mohair yarn. So I had that, and I wasn't going to use it for a sweater, and I wanted to stash bust it. And I definitely misread the pattern because I thought that one was going to be enough. I really thought that one, I totally misread the pattern. One of the Sadness Garn Sunday and one of this was going to take me through the whole beanie. It would have if I wasn't doing it double folded. It could have come close. It wouldn't have taken me all the way, but it would have come close. So my thought was, I'm using this to stash bust, right? And so I'm not going to go out and now buy, like the kit said that was 25 grams, $18 on sale. Like I'm not going to be buying this mohair again, especially when I'm not, like I don't want this too close to my face. So I was like, hey, great opportunity. Why don't I do the top of the actual beanie in this, holding it double with the mohair, and then I do the actual brim of it with just the Sunday. And so, but in order to do that, we're going to come to this in a second. So in order to do that, I actually had to hold, like once I ran out, I had literally there was this much left. I had exactly enough of the mohair to take me all the way to where I needed to go for the top of the hat. And then in order to make it work so that my gauge wasn't off, I had to hold the Sadness Garn Sunday double. So now what happened, as you may have guessed, I wasn't going to have enough of that for the interior of the hat. However, I had enough for the actual brim. And I'm calling it a brim, but maybe it's called something else on the beanie. Anyways, whatever, the part that goes around your head. But I did have enough for it. It's a bit shorter, but I don't mind if it's a bit shorter. That's fine. So I was like, well, let's stash bust some more and let's do the inside of this in a different yarn. And so I had some Barocco Vintage, which isn't as soft, obviously, and as pliable as the rest of these. However, I actually like that because I like that it's not going to be, it's going to be sturdier on the inside, because this part is going to be inside. You're not going to see it. So that part is going to be inside, and it's going to be sturdier. I'm not going to have all this fur anywhere near my face, which is amazing because I don't yet know if I'm allergic to mohair or not. I might just not be into super sheddy, fluffy yarn because I think I prefer working with alpaca, to be honest with you, as a second strand. A story for another day. But I was like, okay, well now I have like 17 different yarns. So how do I bring it all together like as thematically as possible? This, I think, when you look at it from this perspective of the hat, let me just pretend to hold that provisional together again for you. So this part from the perspective of the hat, like really works as a beanie. I think that looks really, really nice with the brim being completely different, but still like part of the same colorway. But now we have this inside. And I thought, wouldn't it be really cool if when I'm done with this part, I'm going to have a ton of the Barocco Vintage still left over, if I embroider flowers on just a small portion of this hat here, kind of like a little in this color. And the colors do work like really fantastically together. So that's what I'm going to do. So I should be done with this weekend. Like I only have about this much left until I can, or maybe this much left until I start doing the creases on the inside of this beanie. And then after that, before I close everything off, I'm going to do the flower embroidery right over here. And I think that's going to look really, really cute. So stay tuned for the next podcast to see this as a finished project. So now I only have like one yarn acquisition for a project I'm going to be casting on next week, immediately when I finish this beanie. So I am going to be casting on the Sarah top. And the whole reason I want to be casting on the Sarah top is because I got these buttons. Hopefully, let's come in, but I think my lights might be blowing these out. But there are like really pale yellow, buttery pale yellow buttons, and they've got like some flower designs on them, and I really, really like them. And originally I thought I was going to use them for like a pale yellow cardigan, maybe like the honey cardigan by Kutubakika. But then I saw this Sarah top, and it's got buttons on the back or on the front, depending which way you want to wear it, because it's symmetrical. And I realized that that's what I want to use with these. So I went out. I could not find. So the Sarah top asked for a yarn that's discontinued. But that yarn is 50% cotton, 50% merino. Every kind of cotton merino blend that I could find in the near radius near me. I didn't want to wait for this online for shipping, because our post offices might be going out of strike again. Like, it's a whole thing. And I like to feel the yarn that I'm doing. Couldn't find anywhere near me. I found Anchor Bay by Cascade Yarns, but they were sold out everywhere in the specific shade of yellow. They had a brighter yellow. I do not like it. I wanted a soft, buttery yellow. Could not find it anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with the Sadness Garn lean. And it's the same DK weight. It's got the same gauge, and it's in like a really soft, pale yellow. I keep having to do this because it's the color of the lights. I have a ring light, and it just really drowns it out. But it's this super pale, soft yellow, and it matches these buttons perfectly. And so I got enough of this to carry me through the top. I want it to be a tiny bit cropped so I can wear it with higher waisted pants. So that's my only acquisition, is that yarn. Now, this fun stuff. So something else that I have been working on, and I have it off to the side here. I am going to be launching a bunch of physical products in the shop, and they're going to be stitch markers. And I'm so excited because I've been like sourcing and looking around and putting these together, and I've got like 13 designs ready to go, which probably is a bad luck, but maybe it's a good luck, who knows. But that's ready to go. I'll be photographing them, and I just went through like packaging for some of this, and I'm going to show you just like 3 little examples. So I'm going to have both singular ones and sets, and I also have progress keepers and stitch markers. And in the stitch markers, I have them in some of them are in that almost like an earring type of clasp, so you can open and close them, but they're still like a circle. But then some of them are like a larger circle that's completely closed off, so it's for knitting, specifically for knitting, but the other ones can be used for both. And it's the set. Some sets have both, and I like the larger circle one, because if you're using larger needles, that one fits better. I do plan on, I have ordered some from local stores. They have to order it in, but I have some coming in that are going to be the closed offering, both in smaller and larger size. And I'm going to do a couple of sets of those as well. So some of the singular ones. So this one is, oh my God, I really hope I can kind of get this in for you guys to see. I think that's pretty close to what we're going to, you know what I'll do is I'll lower. There we go. So we've got this one here. It's just one of them. This is just like a sample. So this is completely clear, and it's got dry flowers inside, and it's got like a bit of like a shape that's just like a little bit abstract. And this is on the larger side. So if you're working on a larger project, this is a progress keeper. That'll be great for that. You can also just pin it to your knitting bag. It looks so cute. These are gorgeous. I love these. Then we have, this is just another set. I have a ton of sets too. So this is my, I'm calling it the Secret Garden set. So you can focus on that. And this has like a little butterfly, and these are like a very lightweight metal, and it's got some gems on it, and it's got a really vintagey look. It's got a little frog. So this is what I mean by the ones that open. And then this set I personally really, really love. It's one of my favorites. So this is the Berry Shake. So that one has a strawberry, a cherry, and then a strawberry milkshake and a cherry little milk carton shake. So I love that one. So these are all going to be launching in the shop as soon as I reopen it, which should be pretty soon. So that's kind of what I've been working on. And this packaging is just so cute. So everything is completely handmade. I even make these cards myself. Like I literally, I design them, I print them out, I laminate them myself, I matte laminate these myself, cut them out, do all of this, everything. So all of that is done by me. So I'm just going to be finalizing some shipping stuff and how to get that to people to make sure that that's all on point. So that's what I've been working on. That's pretty much all I have for this podcast this week. I'm excited to cast this on, and I'm excited to do the flower embroidery on this one this weekend on the hat, the beanie. That's gonna be really fun, and super excited to keep wearing these. This is the most exciting part. I'll be wearing them tonight. My friend's coming over and we're gonna have some wine, and I'm gonna be wearing my new socks while we do that. So that's all I got going on. As always, thank you so much. If you're subscribed and you want to hear me talk about random stuff that's usually yarn related, but sometimes not, then thank you for being here. I hope you're having fun. If you want to hear me talk about anything else, I do want to do a book lineup at some point, so maybe we'll do that next week. And if you're up for that, then stick around, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy yarning. Bye.